Yeah, hello and welcome to Buchcover-Designers. My name is Sven and I'm not working for Buchcover-Designers, but I'm working with them. And they think, well, my English is good enough to tell you my story. To tell you my story about self-publishing and being an author since more than 25 years. Well, maybe that video episode is not enough, and we will do it in different episodes, but let's start with the beginning. When I started writing, I wrote very special articles for special magazines, and it was a very small target group compared to huge magazines you can buy somewhere in town or at a railway station or at a airport. So that was the beginning for me, and I've earned quite good money writing these articles. And I thought, well, writing articles might be one thing, but maybe it's better to publish some books where I compare everything I wrote before. I put everything together and write it as a book. So at this time, when I started in the mid-90s, there was nothing like a book on demand or KDP or anything like this. So I had to look how to publish my book, because I didn't really want to make a contract with any huge publisher, because I only had these publications in magazines. So for that reason, I was looking how to publish a kind of a paperback book, and I found a nice copy shop. They were able to produce paperback books in A5 format, and so my first publication in terms of books, self-published books, was that kind of paperback. How did I marketing these books? Well, at this time there was no data regulation, whatever law. You could take just the addresses and telephone numbers and everything you needed to look for customers might be interested in these books. And as I say, it was a very special target group. So I did this. I sent out some mails via the normal post, because there was no email at this time or anything like this. And I sold quite a lot of copies of my paperback books. So that was quite nice, but in a way still a little bit, how should I say, unsatisfying, because it was not really the quality I wanted. So the quality of the paperback book, not what I was writing, but the book itself. So I carried on writing articles for the magazines, and one day I realized there's something coming onto the market like book on demand, and that was in Germany at this time, and I thought, well, maybe that might be a good idea to carry on with them. But then I've seen that their contract rules were a little bit strange, and I didn't really want to cooperate with them. But because of my articles, two publishers in Germany came to me. They sent me, I don't know, they rang me, or they sent me a fax or whatever, and they wanted to write they wanted that I write them a book. So one publisher had the idea of publishing 10 books in an edition, and they asked me to write 2 books, and another publisher asked me to write 1 book for them. So that was quite okay for me. I got the contracts and they looked quite fine. And the publisher who asked me to write 2 books, that's a very well-known international publisher in a very special, or for a very special target group. And they offered me to print 2,000 copies per book. And I got a payment per book and additionally payments per book that got sold. So in the beginning, everything was fine. The money came in. The money was quite good. But after a year, many copies got sold. They stopped their marketing activity and the book sales dropped really significantly. So the money I got in the first year was, let's say, compared to getting the money for all of the 2,000 copies, not bad, but you know, there was quite a bitter taste in the end. Why did they stop the marketing? And not only that they stopped the marketing, they dropped the price for the book as well. So I got less money there too. The other publisher that asked me to write a book, they paid me per line I wrote, plus additionally the graphics and the photos. And I have to say, looking back and compare these two publishers with each other, that was quite a good deal I made. So, but anyway, then I was thinking how to carry on. I didn't really want to carry on with one or the other publisher because, as I say, the bad feeling was there. And I was not convinced that it makes any sense to bring them more material or something like this. So I carried on writing articles for magazines and got money from them. But then I realized that more and more people went to book on demand. But anyway, it was not really the way I could sell so many copies. And finally, I found that KDP is coming onto the market. And very important, in the beginning, KDP was just in America. So I had to get an American account for KDP. That was, of course, much more complicated at this time. It was not so easy to handle as it's nowadays. There were no templates, for example, for the book cover. You just got the measurements, and it was in a, how shall I say, in a way quite difficult to get everything done the right way. So anyway, but for me it was quite a nice thing because the books done with KDP, they showed up on Amazon, and that of course is the key to get more customers, that they can see your books, and you can organize your marketing campaigns in a complete different way than if it's not shown on Amazon. So that might be some first impressions of my career as an author, as a self-publisher. And I have to say, I carry on next time, but I have to say I'm quite happy with KDP, and I don't really want to change anything to publish somewhere else, as long as they carry on as they do at the moment. And if you have any questions, because of course I didn't tell you everything, maybe I forgot something, or there is something that is still missing, because I think it's not really important to tell you. But if you have any questions, if you have any opinions or any comments, please write them underneath the video, and I hope you switch on the next time again. Thanks very much for your time. Have a lovely day and a good week, and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.